when you don't have capacity, your blessing can intimidate you, overwhelm you, stress you out, scare you. You know, I always describe the story of the young man with the frying pan. Yeah. The guy that went to fish with a fishing hook, and he would catch fish and then use a stick that he brought from home to measure the fish. If the fish was shorter than the stick, he threw it in his bucket. But if the fish was longer than his stick, he threw it back in the river. So there was a friend of his that had been watching him for a while. So the guy now came to him and said, wait, I've been watching you. You throw the big fish back in the river, you keep the small ones. There must be some deep philosophy to what you are doing because it's not normal. Tell me, what's the philosophy behind what you are doing? The guy said, there's no deep philosophy anywhere. I have a frying pan in my house. I've used this stick to measure the diameter of the frying pan. So any fish that is longer than this stick is too big for my frying pan. That's why I throw them back in the river. Yes. The human mind functions exactly like that frying pan. How many times have you thrown away an idea, a suggestion, even if it was a joke, just because it was too much for you? Somebody says, the millionaire. He said, come out. Milo waiting. I'm looking for food to eat. You're talking about millionaire. Just leave them. What did you just do? You just threw away an idea, a suggestion that you could be a millionaire because it was too big for the frying pan. Help me to tell the person sitting next to you, expand your frying pan. Most people are unable to overcome the strongholds established in their minds through their upbringing and experiences. Most people are unable to overcome the strongholds established in their minds through their upbringing and experiences. Whether you realize it or not, what you've experienced in life, where you are coming from, the environment you grew up in, shaped your thinking. And the Bible says, with the building layer after layer, what you now have in your mind are strongholds. Israel grew up in slavery. Israel grew up not owning anything. They were owned. They were the property of Pharaoh. Israel grew up in mediocrity. They lived in the poorest parts of the city. They lived in the slums, the poorest parts of Egypt. And now they were going to be owners. Their frying pans could not take what was coming. This is very important. So Romans chapter 12 verse 2 says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your minds. Why don't many people's lives change in a radical way? Because changing your thinking is not easy. What you've been used to all your life, you will always continue to compare what you have now or what you have in the future with where you are coming from. That's the big challenge. And that will make small things to look big to you. Where God is taking you is not anything like where you are coming from. You have to get ready to lose sight of the past. Press reset in your system. Get out of the default mode. Erase your old programming. So Paul the Apostle says in 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verses 3 to 5, the weapons of our warfare are not man-made. They are mighty through God to pull down strongholds. Casting down imaginations, thoughts, ideas, concepts. Mindsets and strongholds create lack of flexibility. They limit our capacity to dream.